U.S., Russian and Turkish delegations have convened in Istanbul to negotiate a potential resolution to ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The talks involve foreign ministers and senior officials taking place at the Lambaja Palace along the Bosphorus Strait. Senior Ukrainian officials, including Chief of Staff Andrei Yermak, Foreign Minister Andrei Sybiha, and Defense Minister Rustem Umerov, have met with U.S. counterparts in Istanbul. This meeting, as reported by Yermak in social media, preceded anticipated peace talks with Russia, aiming to address the ongoing conflict. Russian and U.S. delegations have engaged in bilateral talks in Istanbul in preparations for upcoming trilateral peace discussions with Ukraine. The U.S. delegation included Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Ambassador to Turkey Tom Barak, and Special Representative for Ukrainian General Keith Kellogg. The Russian side was represented by Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Galuzin, Deputy Defense Minister Alexander Fomin, GRU Chief Igor Kostenkov, and delegation head Vladimir Medinsky. Russian President Vladimir Putin has proposed resuming direct negotiations with Ukraine in Istanbul. This move marks the first face-to-face talks in 3 years. The Russian delegation will be led by President Vladimir Medinsky. Direct negotiations between Russian and Ukrainian delegations have officially begun in Istanbul, as both sides seeked a breakthrough in efforts to end the war. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan underscored the importance of heading international appeals for peace, particularly from U.S. President Donald Trump and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He stressed that the responsibility now rests with both nations to choose between continued conflict or a path to peace. Fidan called for every opportunity to be used to secure a ceasefire in Ukraine, adding that Istanbul talks should pave the way for a summit between Russian and Ukrainian leaders. The Ukrainian foreign minister has stated that Russia's agreement to a complete ceasefire would signal their willingness to engage in constructive dialogue. The Ukrainian foreign minister stated that they require tangible decisions from Russia, particularly regarding an unconditional ceasefire for at least 30 days. He emphasized that Russia is at a stage where it needs to demonstrate its seriousness. Additionally, the minister mentioned that they agreed with the Turkish and U.S. delegations in Istanbul on the necessity of accelerating the peace process, noting that they held a productive meeting with both delegations.